welcome to the stage, Dustin Meadows!
Hey, Fest, how we doing? All right, so for the last year, to make ends meet professionally, I have been driving for Lyft full-time because everybody my parents' age lied to me about the value of a college education. Anyone else? Yeah, you get it. And it's like any other job, you gotta find ways to make it fun. And I thought, Lyft is this chance for me to adopt a new persona, something about me that doesn't exist in the real world. So during the day, Dustin Meadows, handsome man about town. During the evenings, Dustin, 5-star Lyft driver, aggressively into ska music. That's what I took. I was like, what's something that I don't fuck with in my regular life? Oh, a horn section, okay. That's what we do. I just drive around now just listening to ska music all the time. Like the closest I have come to getting into a fight with a passenger so far was when he mistook the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones for the Dropkick Murphys. It's like an impression that you get is like, oh, it's just Dropkick Murphys. Like, fuck you, that's a cop song. Piece of shit. Like, I'm a 5-star Lyft driver, damn it. Like, I'm really good at it. I don't want to toot my own horn because I'm not in a ska band. But I earned that. But now it's weird, like I'm just this millennial Travis Bickle from Taxi Driver, driving around every night with Less Than Jake on the radio, just looking around, it's like, oh yeah, one day a real rain's gonna come away and wash all the filth. But until then, only I will be left to pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. All right. Long way around for the only ska joke that exists. Except for that toot your own horn one, which I came up with. So pretty fucking great ska joke. 2 ska jokes. Oh. I love music. I'm a big vinyl nerd. Obviously, like I'm here. You all get it. You're nerds. And I love records. I love going out for record store day every year, supporting local shops. If for some reason you're unfamiliar with Record Store Day, it's just Black Friday for white guys who won't shut up about jazz. But every year, Record Store Day, like they'll reissue stuff that like's never been available on vinyl or stuff that's been out of print for years. And every year there's something that comes out and I'm like, who is this for? Like you can buy Kid Rock's Devil Without a Cause on vinyl. That's right, you can own Ba with the Ba on the same format that the Beatles first came out on. Like there's no overlap. And every year something comes out and I just get like violently angry about it. A couple of years ago, the record I got pissed about was the deluxe black and blue Galaxy Marble Splatter print edition of the Space Jam soundtrack. Because everybody's like, oh, Space Jam's so great. I was like, no, your brain's just dumb and doesn't remember that the 90s were full of lame shit that we gave a pass to. And also, the star of Space Jam was fucking Charles Barkley anyway. Oh, we're gonna hardline on that? How many times has Michael Jordan hosted fucking Saturday Night Live? Less than Charles Barkley. I like the Space Jam soundtrack. There's some decent songs on it, but not many. Like, I'll buy a 7-inch of the Monstars anthem, sure. Fucking LL Cool J, Busta Rhymes, Method Man, banger of a collaboration. Wonderful song. I'll listen to it all day. You look at some of the other songs on there, there's some good ones. You've got Quad City DJs doing Space Jam, which is just the same song as Come On Ride the Train. Come on and jam, and welcome to the train. They're the same song. Switch those fucking words out. Tell me I'm wrong. Secondly, you've got R. Kelly doing I Believe I Can Fly. Amazing song. You can't support R. Kelly anymore. All right? We've known for 20 years, and now there's 18 documentaries about it, so straight up, you can't support him. If you do, there is blood and urine on your hands at this point. All right? You want to fucking support somebody? Listen to goddamn Thin Lizzy, okay? The boys are back in town, and at least they're of age, for Christ's sake. The only thing Phil Lynott is guilty of is fucking rocking too hard. The album also closes with a song called Buggin', which is a hip-hop track by Bugs Bunny. because that's something that I've ever needed to fucking own in my life. And the other decent song on there is Seal covering Steve Miller Band's Fly Like an Eagle. It's not Kiss from a Rose, so who fucking gives a shit? That's the soundtrack. Batman Forever soundtrack, first fucking cassette I ever bought. Amazing soundtrack that I recognize like in my adult years. When I was a kid, I bought it and I listened to 2 songs because I was a shitty kid. So for an entire summer, I took my little boombox and my Batman Forever soundtrack cassette, and I would listen to Seal's Kiss from a Rose, fast forward, flip it over, and play U2's Hold Me, Throw Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me. I did that 5 days a week, 8 hours a day for the entire summer of 1995 at my public swimming pool. I should have been a fucking Amber Alert. But here I am lecturing you about pop culture as if it's important. I got engaged earlier this year, which is nice. Yeah, thank you. It's been really cool. Like, we moved in. It's the first time I've lived with a romantic partner in my life, which has been really cool. And one of the things that we do with each other is we share things that we're interested in. You know, acquaint the other with stuff that is like important to us, that means something to us. Like, I'm big into scary movies, which my gal wasn't when we got together. And now, like, that's kind of a cornerstone. That's a thing that we do together. It's like we go watch horror movies all the time. And she's a lady who was born in the last 30 years, so she fucking loves Harry Potter everything. And she was sharing that with me. Like, last Christmas, we watched all of the Harry Potter movies. And during the first Harry Potter, she leans over to me and she just goes, "Neville Longbottom gets really hot when he's older." And I just turned back to her and said, "Yeah, but he's 11 now." It's like, no, you don't understand. Like, you can, like, he doesn't look like it, but, like, you know he's gonna, like, grow up to be attractive. It's like, this is a failed pedophile's defense, what you're doing right now. Like, this would not hold up in court. Are you hearing yourself? So, what I did after that moment, because she didn't appreciate that, was, I thought it would be a good idea to just sexualize every character moving forward. We got to Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and I just leaned over to her. I was like, $10 says Harry fucks this griffin. She got real indignant. She's like, "Why would he do that?" I was like, "Why wouldn't you? It's a beautiful animal." Secondly, when are you ever going to get the opportunity except at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry? Thirdly, look at the eyes Harry and that thing are making at each other. Buckbeak, more like fuckbeak, am I right? On top of that, I'm not saying that I condone bestiality, but if you're going to attempt bestiality, what better time than when not 10 feet away, you've got the half-man, half-giant animal handler for the school. I assume that birds bite hard, and you're going to want that half-giant strength to pry your crank out of its beak when that happens. Additionally, the Mile High Club exists. We had this idea of banging in midair in defiance of God's will. That's something that we're just like, oh yeah, sexually, let's fuck in the sky. And what's better than an airplane that can hold you right after you fuck it? I've been Dustin Meadows. Thank you guys so much.